What's good, y'all? Listen, look, I'm mad I even gotta say this.
Why are we acting like this is not egregious? Get your fucking first life.
There's nothing wrong with hate. You've got to hate some things with a passion. And destruction, they must dislike and hate with a passion.
What's going on, guys? Hello. So good to be here. We are at the top of the week. It's a lovely Monday. Let me make sure my thing good. Why I say it's down. Oh, I love to see it. I'm about to stop by that door. But hello. Yes, so good to be here, man. Another day, another dollar, another hey, another holla. We got a couple things to get into tonight. I hope you all have checked out my last video, last upload. It was a good react. Yeah, make sure y'all go check that out if you haven't. I was reacting to Angela Stanton and Jesse Lee Peterson. Egregious. Having a conversation or whatever. But yeah, that job was cool. So I hope y'all check that out. If not, definitely go check that out after this. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe, share the video, all that. And make sure on the playback, if you're watching this on the playback, go ahead and comment. Go ahead and leave a comment for me. I appreciate you. Also, make sure y'all check out our Twitch. Y'all know me and Amira doing the Twitch. Me and my sister, man, twin on my chin. We doing a Twitch together. So we just put up we have a YouTube channel as well, which we're uploading all the Twitch videos on. So we just uploaded one of those, one of the full streams. I think that was like Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. I put that up yesterday. Yeah. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all go check that out too. All right, subscribe to that channel. Hey, twins. Okay, we back in action. But yeah, we got a couple things to get into tonight. Shout out to the chat. How y'all doing? Gerald? My bad. I was about to say Gerald. But Gerald, whatever. FBA all day, baby. B1. What's good, chat? What's up, Marcus Moore? Shout out to the moderators. Dejon Ford, how you doing? So yeah, we up in this thing. We're gonna get into a couple things today. Let me see. Actually, I was saying I gotta go check that out because it's this DMV. This black-owned nail salon I just found in the DMV, and I DM'd them to ask them if it was Black American-owned, and they said, yes, it is, thank God. So I'm going to have to go check them out because, baby, I need my feet done, and I ain't been to the Asians in I don't know how long, so, I don't go back to the Asians. I've been doing my feet for the longest, but I do want to actually go get my feet done, and I was like, I'm not trying to go to no Asians, okay? So I was like, let me find a spot in the DMV. I know we up here, all these damn black people up here, got to be somebody that do, they got a nail salon, got to be. So yeah, I found one. So I'm gonna check them out, and I'll probably do a TikTok about it and review. So y'all make sure y'all follow me on TikTok so y'all can see that. Okay. But yeah, let me see what we about to get into right now. How we gonna start the show? Let me see. You know what? I was actually gonna talk about this. I actually did talk about this. I gotta get a clip for it. But Popeyes did an AI diss track. Egregious. Me and Amir reacted to that on Twitch. You should go look at that on YouTube. I think we'll put a clip up on my Instagram page so you can see that. But that was absolutely outrageous. Everything between. Hold up, let me see. Let me make sure. That's not what I'm about to pull up though. But that is something I definitely I wanted to talk about. We had to talk about. Oh, we start with this. This is great. I mean, it's kind of bad. I mean, I try to keep it getting like the first thing. I feel like that's not too bad. Nah. Okay, yeah. Let me just start with this because I did not know this was going on. Well, I did know this was going on. I heard about it, but this is the first time I see video talking about it. Let me recap first. So this was a video of what the hell was that? Oh, okay. I'm gonna play that next. But this is apparently a male escort who was involved in the whole debacle with Diddy and Cassie, and apparently he's suing Cassie. Okay, he was one of the male escorts. He's suing Cassie. So it says male escort who worked for Cassie Ventura for over 8 years has spoken out after facing backlash from women following his lawsuit against her. He claims Cassie manipulated and SA'd him, gave him an STD, and I don't want to say that word too early. I'm gonna say deleted his child without his knowledge, stating Cassie lied and she did this to herself. Males are victims too. Thoughts? Let me play this video right quick because this is apparently one of the male escorts that her and Diddy was intermingling with, had an entanglement with. Let's see.
I am Dave, the man who has just sued Cassandra Ventura for damages involved in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial. And I'm looking through social media and I see a lot of the women out there, particularly black women like myself, who choose to victim shame me and try to do everything they can to discredit me, because the truth is that the loss of the Sean Combs trial was a loss to the Me Too movement and to hating women like the women who are trying to insult me. So let me tell you something, you women out there who would like to insult me. This is my story. I was paid by Cassie, Cassandra Ventura, for 8 years to be her male provider. I didn't have to be the best looking guy. I was the best in bed. And because I was the best in bed, guess what? I was given this arrangement. I was coerced. I was drugged. I was manipulated with promises of money and gifts for over a period of 8 years to continue to be this woman's provider at her expense and at the expense of Diddy. Now, at the time, legally, I didn't know my rights as well as I do now. I didn't create this conflict with Cassandra Ventura. She created it with me. She's the one who decided to bring up things that happened over 10 to 15 years ago to hold Sean Combs accountable for what was a partial truth. She's the person who introduced me to the U.S. Attorney's Office. She's the person who told the U.S. Attorney's Office about our relationship. So in essence, those out there who want to hate on me, who want to say that I'm attacking Cassie, you should realize the truth, that Cassandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself. She exposed herself to liability when she got on the stand and decided to mention me as the male escort who was with her when she overdosed and Diddy made her have sex with him. That was a lie, people. Cassie had just woke up from sleeping 8 hours. Myself and Sean Combs were exhausted. We wanted to go home. Cassie's the one who forced that sexual encounter. People, she tells you that Sean Combs made her have sex on her menstrual cycle. I can't speak for anyone else but myself. But I know the one time that did happen, that Sean Combs was not responsible for that Cassie, in a drunken, intoxicated, hormonally imbalanced state due to her period, manipulated and forced herself on me during her menstrual cycle. And what I mean by that is I had no knowledge she was on her menstrual cycle because the room was completely dark. She manipulated the room. She manipulated the environment to get what she wanted, and then she totally got up like I was the one who should have been grateful. You're on your period. That's disgusting.
That's absolutely egregious, outrageous, everything between it. Yuck! Yeah, that's low key. That is. I would consider that SA. I'm not going to lie. That's definitely some sort of abuse. Because if you do that to a man and you don't even tell him, especially somebody that you're paying to do that with, and you, like he said, manipulate the room. That's egregious. That is, ew. That's nasty as hell.
And I deserved more respect than that. As a man, if I had laid down with a woman and forced myself on her and orgasmed in her and she got up and it was leaking out of her, guess what? I would have raped her. So by statute, by case law definition, Cassandra Ventura sexually assaulted me. I'm not looking to destroy Cassie. I've given Cassie more than a year to settle this before things got out of control. The problem is she's being supported by women like you who choose to attack male victims instead of accept the truth, which is that a woman could have lied to get revenge on the ex-boyfriend who broke her heart and hurt her. It happens, people. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and that's true. If you hurt some women, they will do everything in their power. If you hurt some men, they'll do everything in their power.
See, I've been hearing a lot about that narrative too. A lot of people have been saying that. Cassie is there's a lot of people who say that Cassie's a victim, but there's also a lot of people that's like, man, she's a co-conspirator. Honestly, she's an accomplice at this point. For the amount of time that she was doing it, especially when you see some of the details, even the brother was saying, that she was setting up a lot of the meetings, she was initiating a lot of these freak offs. It does kind of give like bottom bitch position. That's what it kind of gives. You know what I'm saying? It kind of give. He was the pimp. You was the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was working together. You know what I'm saying? You was his second rank types. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that is egregious to have him double back and do this lawsuit. But honestly, Cassie got 20 million. I think she got 20. What did she get? 20 million from Sean? Didn't she get 20 million from Sean? And then she got How many million from that hotel? I forgot she got millions from each one of them though. Cassie got a bag off these lawsuits. Okay, she got a bag. So it's like if somebody else was hurt, you know, or he feel like he was exploited. I mean, he does bring some egregious, you know, but you know, still like plausible evidence. Yeah, you know, I mean, shit, maybe he deserved a bag too. I mean, hey, girl, I mean, that's egregious. You did that to that man. If she really did the stuff that he's saying, that's egregious. 10 million from the hotel. Yeah, 10 million from the hotel, 20 million from Diddy. Girl, you can afford to get that nigga a little 5 million, give him a little, you know, give him a little hush money or a little settlement, something like that. You better cough up that bag. Like, for real.
Would hurt you. But I want to end this
thing
trying to destroy Diddy. She should have took her $20-30 million and walked into the sunset, people. She should have never gotten on the stand and created further liability for herself.
Well, technically, she didn't. I mean, it's not like, I don't think she. I think wasn't she like subpoenaed to go on trial? I'm pretty sure they made her go on trial, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think that was like her just volunteers tribute type thing.
Telling more of the lie that she created to get this man sent to prison for his life. She made a mistake when she got on the stand, people. She made a mistake when she got on the stand and lied about the events with Clayton Howard.
Well, I do agree that she made a mistake, though. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I don't know if she had a choice to get on the stand, but I do think she did make a mistake getting up there because, like I said, it did open up the narrative to being her being like an accomplice. You know what I'm saying? When you get some of the egregious details, I'm not even about to get into all that. That shit is egregious. Like, for real. Some of the stuff that was going on between the both of them that she participated in willingly, you know, whether you want to say she was manipulated in certain instances. But yeah, some of that shit does kind of like you look a little guilty. You look a little, you know, you need to be in a cell right next to that nigga. Honestly, some of the stuff that was said. I mean, even what the dude was saying. So, hey, egregious. But we're gonna see how that unfolds. I just wanted to kind of show that because I ain't seen nobody really talking about that. That's probably on purpose though, because of that whole Me Too thing. Everybody want to keep the focus on Diddy, act like Cassie's just this sweet little angel who's just taking advantage of. Which to a degree, I'm not gonna lie, I do think she was taking advantage. She was 19. I do think she was groomed. But yeah, you know, I don't think that it's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? You talking about they was together for 7 years, baby. After about 3-4, it's like you know, shit start to get a little, you know, it's like immorally wrong, but are we talking about, you know, and that's why I think Diddy kind of got off, to be honest, or at least for a lot of his charges. Because after a while, it's like, you know, how do you really solidify, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you prove that this is, you know, what they trying to say it is? And it's, you know what I'm saying? She's there voluntarily for that many years, you know, and then she left and came back, had a boyfriend, she was messing with Kid Cudi, came back. You know, so when you get into those type of things, it's like, you know, thank you for the super chat, though. I do appreciate that. I believe it. Filipinos got the, how do you pronounce that? Oh, that's that, what you call it? Better the race, Major La Raza. I forgot how to pronounce that first part, but thing going on. She wanted those first babies to be light, bright, and almost white. Damn. Egregious, outrageous, everything between. She is Filipino. Is she Filipino and white? What's her racial background? Is she I think she's mixed, right? Ain't she Filipino and white or something like that? Egregious. Victims can turn into predators too, so he could be I mean, hey, that's why I'm like, hey, I mean, at what point do we do it? Does it get out of the victim scenario after year 2, 3, 4, 7? I'm like, what year? Because nigga, that was some egregious things that they was into. I'm not gonna lie. Platform to get the young Black Americans to get those construction jobs, etc. back that Americans once held. We are at a critical point in America. Absolutely. I'm all for Black Americans, especially Black American men, being in construction, doing yard work, doing any sort of, you know, well-paying essential jobs. I'm all for that. Okay, I'm all for that, especially here in the DMV. It's a lot of immigrants, a lot of illegals specifically inside those jobs. And we need Black Americans, more Black American men inside those in those fields for sure. So I'm all for that. Absolutely. Let me see. Let me play this right quick. Speaking of that, we're not speaking of that, but not really speaking of that, to be honest, but let me play this. So this is a brother who's online talking about this. Y'all know everybody's talking about this. Everybody's scared about this what is it called? Big beautiful bill. Or people calling it the big ugly bill, but there's some complaints going around about it. Let me play this little clip right quick. Hold up. What his brother talking about in response to this woman.
Hey, yo, listen to this donkey shit here. Oh my gosh. Yo, this shit is crazy. And we wonder why, as black people, why they talk about us like we are filth on filth. Listen to this lady.
In that new bill, they changed the SNAP benefit requirements. And this, I'm not going to say shit, but what is in there? And I'm going to leave you to analyze the implications. Children, parents of children ages 7 to 17 must work 80 hours a month in order to qualify for SNAP. But in households where there are two parents who are married, only one of them has to work.
She is upset, and a whole lot of other people is upset with because they changing the way they doing the SNAP. Listen, they making people, if your kids is 7 to 17, you must work 80 hours a month.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell wrong with that. 80 hours ain't shit. A month? You talking about 40 hours is full time. That's 2 weeks worth of work. You could spread that out within 3-4 weeks, which is in a month. You could spread that out to 20 something, damn near 30 hours a week. That's like 3 days, 3-4 days out the week. That's not a lot. Especially if you're talking about work from home, that's not a lot. That's not a lot. I actually really like the fact that the parents that are married, only one has to work. That's going to incentivize people to get married. Okay, y'all niggas want to live together for 17 years, have kids. Okay, have 6-7 kids together. Talking about we good. We just gonna live together. We just living together. Y'all niggas been together for damn 10 years. Got 3 kids together. Y'all niggas still ain't married. Get married, okay, and stay together. All right, if you're gonna need to be motivated by some damn SNAP benefits, nigga, get motivated, okay? Because go put a motherfucking ring on it, okay? Like, for real. Honestly, I think black women specifically, it's egregious that it's a black woman that's I try like this is a bad thing. But black women specifically, especially with 1 out of 4 of us getting married, yeah, we definitely need some more incentives to be and stay together, okay, and more so on the behalf of black women, okay. Miss, I can do all bad all by my damn self. We definitely need some motivation. So yeah, maybe if you see that doing bad all by yourself ain't as good as you thought it was, you would do better with your man or with your baby father. Get it together, get married. I'm all for that. I'm not even mad at that. I'm not even mad at that. Let me see if he move his head or if he says I can't read the bottom of it because both the heads in the way.
Now they saying you got to get your ass up and put in at least half, part after work. So this means that in the black community, not a lot of people is married, so that's not happening. So, but yo, this shit is crazy.
I can't see the bottom because the brother head in the way. But yeah, essentially, I'm not mad at that. What the hell is the big deal? I'm trying to figure out where's the problem with that. I'm not tripping off that. I think that's a nice little incentive for you to get your ass up and get married. What are we talking about? I'm cool with that. I'm all for that. That's cool. That's straight. Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I know some people, y'all better work out them little low ass petty issues you got with your baby father, okay? Because y'all fuck around and still be sleeping with each other. Y'all ain't together, but y'all be sleeping with each other for Lord knows how long, okay? But y'all mad at some damn SNAP benefits being taken away if y'all ain't married. Y'all better figure it out. Figure that shit out. I'm just saying, figure that shit out. 20 hours a week, that's not nothing. Maybe it'll convince couples to stick it out. 10 hours a week a piece, exactly. Piece of cake, that ain't nothing. I'm like, what? 80 hours a month is literally like normal. That's less than normal, to be honest. And Lord, less than what the average people is working anyways. The average person is working. So yeah, they be all right. What the hell, get it together. I want to touch on this right quick too, just because of this whole y'all know the Essence Festival just happened. It's a lot of FBA tethers. Matter of fact, me and Afro just did a live about this on TikTok. Not about this specifically, but about delineating and how people think it's disrespectful or xenophobic for us to call out the BS. But I think that this sister right here is making a very important point that we need to all lock in on and keep up with. So yeah, let me play this.
purpose of Ebonics is to not be understood. The purpose of Ebonics is to not be understood. So when you explain it on social media, you're helping them understand. Even if it's other Black people, you learn Ebonics in community with Black people. So if you want to know what a word means, go ask a Black person you know. Don't explain it on Threads. Don't explain it on Twitter. Don't explain it on Facebook. Don't explain it on TikTok. Stop telling people the recipes. Y'all don't know the history of stuff, so y'all don't know how to be on code. Stop explaining Ebonics to other people. If they don't understand what it means, then they don't understand. Because if you understand the grammar structure of Ebonics, you can figure out what a word means even if you've never heard it before. The purpose of Ebonics is to not be understood. The purpose of Ebonics is to not be understood. Stop helping people understand.
AKA, get your ass on code. Get in line, okay? Because explaining our language, and this is a big thing because a lot of people like to downplay our culture, like to downplay the way we talk and try to act like the, AAV or Ebonics, certain ways that we speak are, are less than, or people look down on it. They try to devalue it. But a lot of it is codified. Okay? A lot of the way that we speak, even the things that we don't say, just our looks, our sounds, our all right. The little things that we do are very much have a lot more meaning to them than what we're coming off as, and those who know, okay? And especially with the rise of these non-FBAs tethering to our culture and pretending to be us, these quote unquote African Americans, who's trying to cosplay as foundational Black Americans. We have to keep it on code, okay? Because a lot of them, that's where they slip up at. They don't know. They don't use our language. Even the ones that do use it, they're not using it the same way that we use it. Okay. A lot of them, even if it's just the tonality of it, if it's the accent, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Especially even moreover, not even just the non-MBA, some of these non-Black people, because they love to take Black slang and try to act like it's just Gen Z slang. It's just young people slang. And it's like a lot of this Gen Z shit is our stuff. Like, that's our language. That's been around our neighborhoods and within our culture. We've been saying that since we were young. And now it's just kind of evolved into this Gen Z language. And it's like, it's not Gen Z. I seen a little white girl and her dad doing like a little Gen Z slang versus old people slang. And it was like literally everything she said. I think it was maybe one or two things. And honestly, those one or two things that I think that wasn't ours probably was ours. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, probably just a spin on what was ours originally. But literally, damn near everything she said was like was Black American slang. It was AAV. It was like old people getting mad, crash out. I'm like, nigga, what? This is not Gen Z slang. This is definitely this is AAV. This is this is foundational Black American language. What are we talking about? This is not. So we have to be careful with gatekeeping what's ours, because if not, other people will take it and run with it. Okay. Yeah, especially to come off like us. You got non-foundational Black Americans all through the internet. They dress up as us. They pretend to have our swag, or they come off and they kind of mock us in a way, or imitate us, should I say. And they try to come off like they are one of us, and they're not. And those woo childs, those little things in between of what they're saying, it makes it come off like they're one of us, but they're not. Okay, so when we do come up with new language, new slang, again, I like what she said. Ask the people in your family, ask the younger people in your family, because again, the younger crowd is really the ones the young Black Americans, should I say, are the ones that's coming up with the new language, or putting the spins on the new language, if anything. So if you need to, go ask one of them. Even if it's just a young, a young brother that that lives in the same building as you, go in real life and do it. Because not only that, let me say this too, not only that, especially doing it online, AI is the damn problem. Okay, that's a huge problem. These AI they're using, these data centers are collecting all of this data that we're putting on this internet, all of these slang terms, all of our fashion. They're putting this on the internet so they can create or recreate it in their own egregious ways. Okay, use it for their own agendas, aka Popeyes. Okay, Look at Popeye's new diss track, okay? Ain't no damn Black Americans on there. It's just AI. But every part of that song sound like it's FBA, okay? It comes from hip hop culture. That's our shit. They got a black man up there and a fake ass Doja Cat up there rapping on that joint. That's ours. The only way AI was able to collect data like that is because of black people online using and explaining our shit and them being able to translate it and use it for their own stuff. Okay, so we have to be careful. We got to be careful with gatekeeping, man. It's real. It's getting real out here in these streets. It's been real out here in these streets, honestly. But yeah, we definitely have to be careful with gatekeeping our stuff because everybody and their mama is trying to exploit black culture, and I'm not going for it. Okay, and neither should you. So yeah, but let me get into one of the main topics of today. Egregious out. Oh, hold up. Let me say that for the end. That's kind of egregious, actually. No, we're not gonna talk about that right now. We might say that for the end. But yeah, so one of the main topics for the day. Should we do trash? Take the trash out. Yeah, let's take the trash out. I think I said her stuff first. So I don't know if y'all been seeing, but in Philly, it's been absolutely egregious, outrageous, and everything in between. In Philly right now, it recently just ended today, actually on the 14th, ended today, this strike. But for the last, basically, 2 weeks, it started, I think, on the 1st of July, there has been a pile up of trash in Philly because the Philly trash workers went on strike. Okay, they said to hell with all this. We need to get paid more. Okay, the mayor out there that gave herself raises. Where's our raises at? All right. And they said, look, if we ain't get no raises, then we ain't taking no trash out. So they went on strike and ain't nobody had no way to put no trash yet. Okay. I'm going to let the sister kind of explain that. You can also kind of see, let me make it a little bit bigger. You can also see more of the city. Hold up. Can I zoom in a little bit? Yeah. You can also see some of the city as well, but it is literally outrageous. Everything between all that damn trash up there. Mind you, this is on the East Coast. Philly, okay, trash everywhere, rats. I'm just nasty. So yeah, let's get into it.
Philadelphia said before they side with the mayor, they're gonna fill the whole city up with trash. Since the mayor decided that she was gonna give herself a 9% raise and give all the sanitation workers a 3% raise, they said, okay, well, July 1st, we going on strike and we'll see what you do about that. And to that, the mayor said, I don't care. We don't need you, basically, is what she's telling them. So she took about 50 spots, public parks, mind you, and she said, this is where the new trash dump will be. She instructed all the residents of Philadelphia to take their trash to these designated parks, even though it's the middle of summer. During a heat wave, mind you. And that's when the residents of Philadelphia stepped in and said, not gonna happen. They said they refused to put their trash in their cars and take them to these designated spots when they pay already for trash to be picked up from their houses.
And mind you, I just want to say this too, because these are for those that are privileged enough to actually have cars to do this, that's able to do that, and those that are able-bodied enough to do this. You got to think about the elders that may have not been strong enough to pick up all that trash, load it onto a truck and unload it. If they don't have any children, if they don't have any young people around them or somebody that's strong enough to do that for them, a lot of them was just having to leave their fucking trash right outside their house. So you talking about rats and roaches and shit right outside your house that can easily get access right inside your house because you got trash piling up right outside. So yeah, I'm just, we can't forget about them. That's an egregious reality too. Even some women, to be honest.
Telling other residents, just let your trash pile up, keep it in your yard. I don't know what to tell you, where to put it, just leave it on the street. And now the city is starting to fill up with trash. Mind you, today is July 2nd. So we're going to see how long this mayor lasts before she get those raises up. It's not going to be long before that summer heat start cooking this trash. And out come the rats, roaches, mice, the maggots, and all the things in between.
Yuck. Egregious, outrageous. Oh my God, I hate freaking mice. Hate roaches. Ew, I would be so disgusted. And just the smell. We talking about in the middle of summer. Can you imagine how it smells? How it smells with all of that trash? Ew. I'm talking, that is absolutely nasty as hell. So yeah, and all the amount of the different things that's in the trash, just I don't even want to imagine. I don't even want to imagine the reality of that. Of how egregious that probably was walking down the street and seeing that. Hold on, let me see. Do I want to play this one first before I get into the article? Oh, hold on, let me just play this too. Hold up. just so y'all can see, because it was so much damn trash. Y'all did get to see a little bit inside that one, but hold up, this is a sky view for some of y'all to see too, because y'all, it was so much damn trash, y'all. So much trash within the city. It's egregious. Look at all of this damn trash. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. This is some people talking about it, but I'm not even, I guess I can play it.
With thousands of city workers, including trash collectors, on the picket lines demanding better wages, residents are forced to walk.
Are you worried how long this strike is going to go on?
Yes.
Walking down the street with trash cans is crazy.
Bags of waste to makeshift collection sites set up by the city, which in some cases are already totally overflowing. District Council 33's last major strike was in 1986 and led to mountains of rancid garbage obscuring the skyline.
When you're trying to move 2,000 tons of trash per day, it can get that way pretty quickly.
In the meantime, some residents trying their best to lighten the load for seniors and families, bringing their neighbors' trash along in drop-offs.
Disgusting. So yeah, and they had the drop-off sites be parks. Is absolutely, that's a little diabolical, honestly, because you got to think about the children. What about the children who want to go to some of these parks? Now you got trash, like nasty trash, messing up the smell, again, attracting bugs and rodents. Who the hell want to take their children over there to play in a park like that? Like, ew. You know what I'm saying? Making it a park is just insane. When it comes to essential workers, I say fold immediately. I'm sorry. If the nurses go on strike, if the doctors go on strike, if the trash people go on strike, if the construction workers, if the niggas we need to uphold society are going on strike, give them what the fuck they want. I mean, literally give them what the hell, because we cannot afford this shit right here. I don't even know how I would handle walking down the street. Like, I literally, my skin is crawling thinking about this. I don't even know how I can handle walking down the street, smelling that. Like, ew, that is so damn nasty. So when it comes to essential workers, baby, give them what the fuck they want, especially going to Black Americans. Okay, mind you, this is Philadelphia. It's a lot of Black people, a lot of Black Americans out there. So yeah, hell to the now. Give them what they asked for, pay raise, baby. Just give it to them. It shouldn't have took no damn 2 weeks. We on July 14th. This happened on July 1st. 2 weeks? That's insane. Like, that's 2 weeks worth of trash from everywhere around that district. That's a lot of damn trash, as you can just see, as y'all just saw. So yeah, when it comes to essential workers, baby, give them what they want. Okay. Now this is the mayor. What's her name? Sherrill Parker. Sherrill Parker. She's the mayor of Philadelphia. Now, this was her addressing it, I believe. This wasn't today, but this was a couple days ago, I think, when it first started, if I'm not mistaken, when she was telling people to dump it inside the community. Inside the parks. But let's see what she had to say at first.
This is the topic that's on everyone's minds today. How will the city dispose of my trash if there's a work stoppage? If there is a work stoppage, the Department of Sanitation will be operating in what we refer to as a modified capacity. There will be no residential trash collection or recycling effective Tuesday, July 1st. We encourage residents and we ask you to please refrain from placing any trash or recycling out for curbside collection until further notice. In addition, we are arranging 63 temporary drop-off locations around Philadelphia where our residents can bring their trash in the event of any work stoppage. And we will clearly and specifically list every location where the public can take their trash. It'll be listed on the phila.gov/sanitation website in the event of any potential work stoppage. Residents are asked to bring their materials to drop off sites on what would be their normal trash days. We will continue to monitor these locations, and if the work stoppage lingers and more capacity is needed, we will be expanding to additional locations.
Outrageous everything in between. Yeah, a lot of people in Philly was mad as hell about that. Actually, some people was dropping their food. I hear people. Some people was dropping their trash off in front of City Hall. Some people were just going to random places like government sites and just dropping that shit off in the streets. Because they was like, girl, if you gonna get us, we not about to do a job that you should be paying people fairly to do. So you find a way to put that shit. We not going to these sites. You find a way to put that. It was definitely some people in Philly who was on that type of time, which I completely understand. Because girl, that's egregious. You know what I'm saying? Again, especially for those who aren't able or can afford to do that. You talking about you gotta have a car. You know what I'm saying? Then even putting trash in your car. Who the fuck want to put trash in a car? If you don't got a pickup truck or a big truck in general where you can put it in the trunk, maybe. But even in the trunk, if it's in your car, who the hell wants to put trash in the ill? I mean, come on, that's nasty. And you're talking about doing it on your regular pickup days, not just every day or whenever you need to do it. Hell to the not. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to put no damn leaking trash or no, you know what I'm saying, trash that might have potential bugs in it or something running through it. Hell to the not, you might have bugs in your car. No. So it's a lot that comes with that. She just make it seem like it's a walk in the park. You're just taking trash on a regular pickup day. Girl, hell nah. Ain't nobody trying to do that. People get paid for this for a reason. Don't nobody want to do that. So yeah. But today, like I said, today it ended. So Philly Trash Pickup resumes as workers union begins voting on new contract. So let's see. Regular trash and recycling pickup resumes in Philadelphia on Monday, July 14th, after the service was suspended for several weeks due to District Council 33 strike, which has ended pending a vote to approve the tentative deal reached with the city. Members of this District 33 will begin voting the same day, with the process expected to last a week. The votes will be tallied and announced on Monday, July 21st. Okay, so they'll officially have a deal on the 21st. The contract will give municipal workers a 9% salary increase over the next 3 years. Interesting. Of Philly's Mayor Sherelle Parker's term, as well as others to sick and family leave policies. Okay, and you know, Sherelle Parker is actually, I think they said that she was the first female mayor that they had. She might be the last. Okay, this might be her last fucking term. Okay, after these 3 years, after this little deal is up, she might be the hell up out of there, because I know people ain't feeling that at all. District 33 President Greg Boulware said if members vote against the deal, then another walkout may happen. And we don't know. That's why I'm like, you better get them whatever the hell they asking for. That 9% ain't even enough to me over 3 years. That ain't even enough. But let me see. Boulware shared, I think I'm pronouncing that word, shared that it's not the deal he wanted, but it's the best they could do at the time. Mayor Parker called the tentative deal a win. Of course, Mayor Parker did, because girl, you half-assing, what the hell you get? They getting back to work, and you know, you ain't having to give up as much as you want to. Regular trash has not. Oh, you didn't want to. Regular trash has not been picked up in Philadelphia since July 1st, with residents only able to take their garbage to temporary drop sites during the strike. The drop sites were shut down after a tentative deal was reached early Wednesday morning. However, residents were asked to hold on until their trash or take it to 6 service centers before pickup began on Monday again. So you wanted them to hold on to it over the week? Girl, hell nah. See, I would have been one of the ones dropping that shit off in front of City Hall. Found it where there's a will, there's a way, girl. You better complete this shit, because you tripping. What? I gotta hold on to it until Monday. Now you tripping. During the waiting period, illegal dumping has still been an issue. Yeah, of course. With the city, with officials telling ABC 10 that several arrests have been made. I mean, I'm sure. Because, yeah, like I just said, I wouldn't be trying to hold on to no trash either. That's insane. And you're talking about in the city. In the city where there's already hella probably rats and roaches. And I got hell to them, I'm not holding on to no trash. I just think it's unfair. People are still dumping when they are asked to hold their trash, and people will come around and try to clean it up. Said one city resident. Of course. Yeah. Elsewhere in Philly, residents were scheduled for Monday pickup. Were happy to be putting their trash on the curb, as the buildup of trash during the strike was becoming major discomfort for them. We have a dog, so our dog has feces. Ugh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Pets too. Ew. We've been trying to find. I mean, even my bad. Before we even get read that, but even pets getting into the trash. That's low key. Not even low key. That's that's hazardous within itself. You know, we talking about dogs. I mean, stray dogs in general, stray cats, stray animals in general. But even people's dogs that you might, you know what I'm saying, let them roam around I guess you ain't really letting your dog roam around the neighborhood type shit. I guess not. If you walking them, then you ain't gonna let them get into the trash. But still, that being on the ground, people having different trash on the ground, if it's spilled out, if it can still be hazardous for dogs to be, or for animals to be that close to that trash. We've been trying to find a place to put that. Said Tony, who lives in Winfield neighborhood, and you want them to hold on to some trash, some dog poop. You want them to hold on to that? Ew. The flies were coming. It was uncomfortable, miserable, really, of course. Ugh, I forgot about the flies. Ugh. Another Winfield resident, Aiden Collins, agreed, saying he was surprised at how much trash built up during the 2 weeks of no pickup. Of course, that's a lot. During the first week, it wasn't that big of an issue because the trash hadn't started piling up yet. But even on my way to Oxford, you just drive by piles of trash. Everyone goes out for fast food. There's giant piles everywhere. So it just puts it into perspective. Collins added. For Young, she acknowledges trash pickup resuming comes at a potential cost for the city's municipal workers. Definitely relieved it's over, but I just feel bad for the city workers, who are some of the lower paid employees in the city who don't really get fair salary the way cost of living is going up. Yeah, that's absolutely insane. That's what I'm like. They're essential workers though. They should get paid however how much they want to get. I'm sorry, like whatever they're asking for, it should not take 2 weeks for y'all to fold and give them what they want. That's insane. I'm sorry. I would be mad. I would be, as a resident, I would be with the workers. Like, y'all need to give them whatever they're asking for. Like, for real. It should not take this damn long. This is egregious. Especially if I'm being affected by it. Hell to the no. So yeah, shout out to them. No, I'm glad that they did come to some sort of deal. Well, hopefully they do come to some sort of deal by the 21st. And they get some of what they're asking for, which apparently they're not getting everything they're asking for. That's what the brother was just saying, that it's not what they hope for, but it's something. So yeah, hopefully they do get somewhat of what they're asking for, and it puts them back on track so the residents out there can get their trash out the way, because I feel bad. I feel bad for the residents out there. That's just some nasty shit to be living in. Ew. That's just, it's disgusting. Now let me get into this other mayor, Karen Bass. Okay. Now Karen Bass, egregious, has recently announced that she wants to give money out to some immigrants. She's in California, all the immigrants out there. She wants to give out money. She said these niggas are scared to go to work. She said what Trump is doing is unconstitutional. Okay. So she wants to help out and aid these illegals, okay, who's in fear of going to work because they don't want to get raided by ICE and deported. So she said, I'm going to help them out and give them some cash, which honestly, I'm going to get into that in a second. I'm going to hold my thoughts. Let me let her, I'm going to play this video, let her speak.
The first part of the question that you asked, what are the resources? Well, in our community development programs, there's resources there in our family resource centers, but we also are going to have a reinstitution of the Angelino card, something that Mayor Garcetti started during COVID, that will actually provide cash assistance to people. Because, you have people who don't want to leave their homes, who are not going to work, and they are in need of cash. I have met with family members who they needed 2 incomes in order to make the rent. Well, one income was lost in a raid when someone was detained. And this woman with her children now is concerned that she might face being evicted and being homeless. And so it's that type of emergency assistance. And we're fortunate that there's a lot of philanthropic partners who have contributed, and many more, I hope, that will join in and contribute. We're organizing food deliveries. I mean, there's all sorts of things that we are having to do now to protect people from the federal government.
Mayor, thank you for the organization. If you can talk to us about, you say you're bringing back, as part of the program, bringing back the Angelino card. And my question is, how soon, how much? If I'm not mistaken, you said it's going to be cash distribution?
Yes, it's a couple $100. I don't know the exact amount, and this should be available in about a week.
Wow. Immediately. Get a couple $100 almost immediately. But they always look around for reparations. We're going to get into. They always act like they ain't got no damn money for reparations. But I'm just saying, okay, they study in reparations. They ready to study reparations, but they got a couple $100 for these fucking illegals in just a week.
Philanthropic organization.
Is there any requirements for people to receive that?
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, similar to what we went through with the fires, in our impacted worker center, we had a way of knowing whether somebody was actually impacted by the fire. So it's not like they're just handed out on the streets. They're given to organizations that are in contact, like many of the organizations here, that are in contact with the population. They know their constituents.
And it looked like she got a bunch of immigrants behind her, too.
With the two follow-up questions for my question and his question as well. With those cards, it's 100% philanthropic, or is any of that coming out of general fund, tax income?
I wish we had general fund money for that. No. 100%.
So where was it coming out of? We about to get into the article. I'm about to get into the article. She said that the lady was asking her, is that coming from a general fund or is it coming out of taxes or what? And she said, oh, I wish we had a general fund for that. So it must be coming out of taxes. So we paying. The residents of California, taxes is paying for that shit. Okay. That's what it seemed like. We got to get into it. We're going to see. LA Mayor Bass provides cash payments to illegals and issues order to thwart immigration enforcement. Let's see what she talking about. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass signed an executive order Friday to bolster protocols and support immigrant neighborhoods, including offering cash assistance in response to raids by Trump administration targeting those living under the United States illegally. Now, ain't you supposed to be working with this nigga? Ain't y'all supposed to be in cohorts with each other? I'm just, why are you going against what the president is ordering to do? This is a federal, that's something that's happening on a federal level. He's doing this nationally, going around and allowing ICE agents to deport these illegals. And you're literally fighting against that. And you know what? If it was something that was beneficial to Black Americans, I might not be mad at it. But the fact that this is something that is directly affecting Black Americans negatively, you have so many illegals specifically in Black neighborhoods. I mean, it was a whole thing in, I think, what was that, Ohio, when we was talking about that during the elections? They was taking over damn apartment buildings. What was the Venezuelans was taking over the apartment buildings? So y'all know what I'm talking about. Put it in the comments. But so many ways, the jobs, the etc., that these illegals are affecting Black Americans in a negative way. These niggas got to go. They got to go. It's too many of them. It's an overload of illegals. They have to go. So the fact that you're working against that, it feels like almost this is like backhanded and second-handedly you're working against the Black Foundation of Black Americans. I'm not fucking with that. I'm not rocking with that. Okay. And should I pull this up right quick before I even continue? Let me get some context right quick, because I admit him. My first thought was, is she FBA? She can't be FBA. She ain't FBA with this mentality. Apparently, she is FBA. Apparently, from what I found, from what I seen, unless y'all know of anything differently, let me know in the comments. But from what I seen, she actually is FBA. She was born and raised in California. But I did find something else that was interesting. Very interesting. To me. Now, this says that I took this from out of an article I found, but this says that Karen Bass's racial identity is deeply rooted in her African-American heritage, but her personal life reflects the multicultural fabric of Los Angeles itself. Okay? She married Jesus Luchiga. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Jose. I'm sorry, not Jose. Jesus. In 1980, a Mexican-American man whose parents immigrated from Tijuana. I'm not about to mess that up. Mexico. Okay, but they immigrated from Mexico. So she married a Mexican-American. So she definitely has some allegiance to these immigrants. Ding, 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 ding. We found an answer. We found a winner. That's what it is. So even though she may be FBA, she clearly has some dual allegiance to these immigrants. Let me keep reading. Though they divorced in 1986, their connection remains strong, not just as co-parents, but as a family. Listen to this. Jesus had 4 children from another relationship. So he had 4 kids from another relationship. Look at this. I'm not about to go through all the names. Irrelevant, doesn't matter. And Karen embraced them as her own, even after the marriage ended. So she was playing stepmommy to some Mexicans even after their marriage ended. Wow. Isn't that just heartwarming, or is it very telling of why she's doing this right now? She didn't just stay in their lives. She became a second mom, attending school events, doctor's appointments, and even stepping in when Yvette was diagnosed, one of the daughters, was diagnosed with leukemia at age 5. The Luchigas, I'm not trying to pronounce that, Jose's family, kids grew up calling her Karen, but the bond was unmistakably parental. So she is walking around with some damn Mexicano kids that ain't even hers, that she ain't got no blood relation to. And it doesn't say that she had any children with him, so I don't even think they had children together. It doesn't. That's not from that little clip of the article that I got. They don't even have children together. But she was walking around, and she probably still is, talking about that's her children, or she was helping raise them like that was her children after the divorce. Interesting. So she has a heavy some heavy what's the word I'm looking for? Affiliations with these illegals or with these immigrants, which would explain why she's trying to give out these cash payments. Let's continue to read the article. The order is intended to help protect the city's workforce and residents from the federal government during detained, and for what reason, and the cost of to taxpayers, which will be a part of a Freedom and Information Act request. There is a need for me to have an executive directive to help our city understand how to protect itself from our federal government. Well, you're not protecting the city, you're protecting the illegals. If you was protecting the city, you would be protecting the citizens of the city. You're not protecting the citizens, moreover, the foundational Black Americans of that city. You're protecting the illegals. So hell no, you're not protecting the city. Bass said at a press conference, what we have seen here over the last now 6 weeks of raids that pop up, and we never know exactly when and where they're going to happen. The directive will help city workers know how to address immigration officials should they approach a city department. The order also requires city departments to create a plan for protocols and training on how to comply with Los Angeles Sanctuary City Ordinance. In addition, Bass said a plan is being worked out to provide cash assistance to those affected by the enforcement operations, the Los Angeles Times reported. Cash cards with a couple $100 on them will be distributed by immigrants' rights groups in about a week, Bass said. Now, ain't we in a damn recession? Ain't the economy bad? Everybody complaining about how the economy bad, especially these people that want to blame everything on Trump. They talking about how bad the economy is, and why the hell you ain't giving a couple $100? On my Wi-Fi? Y'all can see me. Why my Wi-Fi just go out? Let me look at my page. Let me look at my video right quick. Make sure my shit ain't tripping. Hold up. Wait. Why my thing just go out like that? Hold up. Make sure we good. Chad, let me know if let me make sure we good. Y'all tell me if I'm good, because I'm trying to figure out why my thing just went out like that. Well, my Wi-Fi just went out. Well, my screen just went out. Why did my screen just go out like that? What the hell, y'all say? Why did my screen just go out like that? Video freezing sometimes. Why is my video freezing? What the heck? Why is it freezing? All right, it looks straight now. I'm good now? Okay, why is my thing tripping like that, though? That's insane. I rage agree everything in between. I hope it wasn't tripping. I was talking. That's gonna blow me. I hate that. Then I gotta chop it. Oh my god, I hate that. What was I just reading? In addition, best plans going on. Hey, yo, come on now. Why my thing freezing? What is going on? Oh, that's about to blow me. You blow me. This is blowing. Why is it freezing like that? You're good. Pretty as ever. Oh, thank you so much. Why is it freezing? It was just freezing though. You know, we did have a thunderstorm. Maybe it's because of the thunderstorm. I don't know how that. I feel like I'm trying to stretch that connection, but I don't know. My Wi-Fi was it's been fine all day. I'm confused why it's tripping now. What the hell is going on? Y'all let me know if I'm straight. Y'all just let me know if I'm good. We almost up out of here, but damn, that's insane. I don't know. I hope it hasn't been doing that the whole time. I hope not. It's just the first time I seen it come off screen. I don't know why the hell it's doing that. That's insane. But yeah, why the hell she can't give a couple $100 to Foundation of Black Americans? Why we can't get no damn couple $100 just off the strength? Because niggas out here, they might need a little extra, what is that? What was Kamala saying? A little lift. Lift that. Why can't we get a couple $100? Why can't the citizens of that city get a little pocket change, get a little couple $100 extra? You giving it to the illegals that's supposed to be deported? That's absolutely ass backwards. Okay, the money will not come from city coffers, but from philanthropic. There we go. Partner, she said. You're telling me that isn't a Babylon Bee headline? A White House spokesperson told Fox News Digital, referring to the satirical news site. Recent immigration enforcement in California has resulted in successfully detaining countless violent criminals and liberating children from illegal labor exploitation. But instead of helping these children or putting American citizens first, Bass is doubling down on her defense of illegal aliens. Yeah, that's absolutely insane. I'm sorry. That's ass backwards. That's ass backwards. Americans are sick of these pathetic stunts from Democrat politicians. That's why they elected President Trump. The spokesperson added, they want someone who will put America first. It's doing it again. I'm about to get what is going on with my Wi-Fi? Oh my God, what's going on? This is blowing me. Every time I switch back to the screen, why am I black? What is going on? It's off and on, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. This is blowing me. This is absolutely blowing me. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's an insane outrage. Why is it happening at the end? This is crazy. Bass has condemned immigration operations targeting criminal illegal immigrants in the city. Los Angeles is one of the several cities suing the Trump administration over the unlawful raids. Okay, so she's a part of that the group. Some cities are suing Trump. Which I'm sorry, I ain't really backing that. I ain't backing that. Immigration agents on Thursday raided a cannabis farm in nearby Ventura County to target illegal immigrants working there. 10 illegal immigrant minors. Wow, 8 of them unaccompanied were found at the farm. Wow. So y'all, okay, that's why. Who was talking right now? Who said this quote? A White House spokesperson told. Okay, so White House spokesperson is the one who was just calling that out. Why the hell y'all got kids working on farms? Why y'all got illegal children on these working on cannabis farms? That's absolutely insane within itself. Hell yeah, deport their asses along with their parents, their foul ass parents that got them working on farms. That's absolutely insane. Take their ass back to their homeland. That's crazy. I didn't even know they had. Oh, this is a picture right here. Wow. These look like little preteens right here. They can't be more than like 14. Working on a damn cannabis farm. That's insane. Wow. Okay. The farm is now being investigated for potential child labor violations. This got to be child labor violations. None of them look like they about 16, and their face is not even in it. None of them look like they even 16 yet. Early in the week, nearly 100 National Guard troops and immigration authorities targeted crime-ridden MacArthur Park in Los Angeles, prompting Bass to go to the park to demand a halt to the operation, which was rebuffed by the U.S. Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bavino. I don't work for Karen Bass, Bavino told. So I don't work for Bass. I work for Trump. Better get used to us now, because this is going to be a normal very, very soon. We will go anywhere, anytime we want in Los Angeles. Yeah, because Trump has given them the right to. Trump is giving them the right to it, and I ain't mad at it. They need to swoop them niggas up. It's time for them to go. Okay. But it's funny that person said that White House representative said that. I found a clip of somebody else talking. I wonder if this is LA Mayor. Who is this talking? Kevin Keeley. Oh, he's a California congressman. Okay, so this is a California congressman actually who's speaking right here. Let me play this. And he says something similar to that White House spokesperson. Let me play this right quick. 2 seconds. Hold up.
When I heard this news about the cash payments, I thought this cannot possibly be true. But then on reflection, I thought, of course it's true, because California already provides the most generous benefits for illegal immigrants of any state by far. Newsom has driven Medicaid insolvent by giving out free comprehensive benefits for everyone. And now Bass is giving out these free cash cards. And apparently one of the ways you can get one is if you're too afraid to go into work. Well, number one, this fear, to the extent that it exists, is largely driven by Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom, who have purposely incited fear and driven these rioters into a state of frenzy. But number two, if we say that if you're too afraid to go to work, you get free cash payments, I think that all of a sudden we're going to find there are a lot more people who are suddenly too afraid to go into work. But the real kicker in all this is that Karen Bass has chosen, of all groups, Churla to distribute the cards. Now, remember, this is the group that got $34 million in funding and then played a central role in organizing the riot.
Wow. So basically, he said they already got a bag. The group that she's decided to give this to already got a bag, and now you're about to give them more. And he's right. That is kind of incentive for them to stay their asses home, because now they got an excuse. Now you about to get a couple $100 on a card, and this is if it don't get refunded. I mean, if it don't get more funds added to it, at least afterwards. She's doing this initial payment, but this is not to say that she won't do it again. Okay, especially if you give it to a group who's already got their funds, so already got money that's already been funded. So yeah, absolutely egregious. I'm definitely not with that. These people love to make these bullshit ass excuses. They love to go give us the runaround when it comes to reparations. Where are we going to get the money? Where's the money going to come from? We have to study reparations. We have to get to the root of the issue first. Y'all love to do the runaround when it comes to black people, man. When it comes to black Americans, but when it comes to these other groups, for some reason, the fucking money just pops up out of nowhere. You got philanthropists and shit. Y'all just found a way. Where there's a will, there's a way when it comes to these other groups. Everybody can get a bag when it comes to other groups. When it comes to the Foundation of Black Americans, we got to study, we got to wait, we got to go through all these due processes and blah, 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 blah. Okay, when honestly the root of the problem is anti-blackness and the fact that y'all not trying to pay a debt that you know that y'all been owed. It's okay. Y'all can cough up them damn reparations. And a part of that happening is getting these people that's detracted from that, like these illegals, getting them the fuck up out of here. Okay, it's time for them to go. I'm sorry, they got to go. They got to go. I know the people in California, some of them over there might be feeling bad for them. It's a lot of black people in the grassroots that's with that. You know what I'm saying? But it's also some black people out there, or some citizens in general, should I say. You got legal immigrants as well out there. It's a lot of different demographics in California in general. But yeah, some of them may feel bad for them and not want to, have them get deported, and they're going against ICE. Some of them out there participating in ICE raids, although it's, again, a lot of Foundation of Black Americans staying home. A lot of Foundation of Black Americans, at least from what I'm seeing, we are not rocking with the damn ICE protests, okay? As we should not. That ain't got shit to do with us. So yeah, but yeah, this is definitely a part of the problem, though. Definitely a part of the problem is that all the funds they find a way to distribute funds everywhere, but back to Black Americans where it rightfully should be. Okay, and even that little bullshit ass card, again, it should be going to the citizens out there. Okay, because you know who else is being affected? Citizens of the United States. Okay, that's who's been affected by these damn illegals being here. Okay, you so worried about the people that shouldn't be here. You need to be refocusing on the people that's supposed to be here, that are going to be here before, after, or anything, or everywhere in between. These motherfucking illegals are going through what they're going through. You need to be focused on the American citizens out there. Okay. So yeah, again, that's another one though. I don't know if she's gonna get reelected. We're gonna see. From what I see, I don't think that's any motivation for her to be reelected, in my opinion. But we're gonna see if the Foundation of Black Americans out there get on code and get her ass the fuck up out of there, because clearly y'all need somebody else's mayor that's going to prioritize the actual citizens of California, and not the illegals that the president is actively trying to get the hell out. Okay, and she's working against. So yeah. That's egregious. Outrage everything between. I wonder if they're doing this to protect the cheap labor. Of course they try. They just had kids on a fucking farmland. Of course they trying to protect cheap. Of course they love slaves. Of course they're trying to protect cheap labor. And unfortunately, the illegals that come over here, they don't look at it as cheap labor because they get paid worse in their own country. Even if they get paid just as much, the resources, the country itself, it's not the same as living here. So of course they would rather live here and struggle and get paid pennies to the dollar rather than go home and fight. They would rather do it here. They would rather flee here and take the crumbs that the white supremacists will give them. They're fine with that, unfortunately. But yeah, many of them are. They are 100% cool with getting paid below minimum wage. And that's why you don't have a lot of people want to talk about foundation of Black Americans don't want the job. We want the jobs. American citizens in general want the jobs. We're just not going to do the jobs and y'all try to pay us bullshit. We're not slaves. We're not about to get paid no pennies to a dollar. We're not getting paid below the minimum what we're supposed to get paid. These illegals will, though. And they don't do the job nearly as good on top of that. But they don't care. They get it done quick, get it done as efficiently as they can so they can get whatever amount of money they can and take it to their families. Not only just to their families here, but they will send it back to their families in their homeland. As a matter of fact, that's why Trump had to do I think he's putting a tax on them to send money back. It's like a 5% tax, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I remember, I think it's in that big beautiful bill, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a tax he's putting on immigrants. Look at this damn thing. I'm so sick. I'm so tired. This is outrageous. I can't wait to look at the playback. This is insane. I cannot believe it's keep doing that. That's absolutely outrageous. But yeah, I think he's doing like a tax. He's put like a 5% tax. I think it was 5%, if I'm not mistaken. I think it should be more, to be honest. I think it'd be up there about 20-25%. Okay, you want to send all this fucking money, you cannot just be siphoning money from the American economy and sending it back to your homeland that you're fleeing from. That's absolutely insane. I'm not in agreement with that either. I think the tax need to be higher than that, to be honest. But yeah, he definitely was put a percentage on there that they would have to pay in order to send money back. So yeah, but that's another way that a lot of these illegals is getting off and allowing some of their other family members to come here is because yeah, they sending money back from out of our fucking economy. But yeah. That's all we have for today, darling. Karen Bass, Cheryl Parker, both of them are looking like egregious looks for mayors and I think both of them are Foundation of Black Americans, if I'm not mistaken. And Cheryl Parker, I actually tried to look up something about her too, but I couldn't find nothing on her family. Even an article I read, she said she didn't release the names of like her parents, the official names of her parents, or something like that. She was raised primarily by her grandparents, if I'm not mistaken. It's something I read, but I didn't see, and she's married, but I couldn't find a picture of her husband. I'm like, and when I kept looking at a picture of her husband, this picture with her and this white man kept popping up. But then when I went to the article, it wasn't like insinuating that the white man was her husband. So I don't know if she's married to a black man. I think they said her husband's name was Ben Pullen. Was it Benjamin Pullen, if I'm not mistaken? Oh no, Benjamin Mullen. That's what it was, Mullen. So I'm like, I don't know. I couldn't find no pictures or information on him for real. I don't know if that's on purpose. I'm like, if she married, she married to a white man. I don't know. But I couldn't really find nothing on her family like that. I think that's on purpose. Okay, I think they're trying to hide something. Because girl, you the mayor. Why the fuck anybody see what your family look like? That's insane. So yeah, that's just an interesting thing to say. So I'm like, yeah, they FBA, but they look like they both, or definitely Karen Bass has allegiance to these immigrants, but I don't know about Cheryl Parker. I feel like she might, just because it shouldn't be that hard. You being a mayor of a city, it shouldn't be that hard to find your family, especially your husband. Why hasn't your husband should be with you at some sort of speech event? It should be multiple pictures of you and your husband out here. I'm confused. So yeah, the fact that I couldn't find it, that's just a little suspicious. I'm like, he might be maybe he's a non-FBA, something like that, if he is black. But yeah, she might have some allegiance to some other groups as well. So yeah, ignorance. But what's that flag around your neck, baby? You know what this is? The same flag that's hanging back there, baby. FBA all day. It's the Black American Heritage flag. Google it. Y'all want to know something funny? Quick little funny side note. I was at work the other day, and this older black woman, she was up there. She had to be like 70. She was an old black woman, elder, should I say? And she was with her husband, who was a white man. Yeah, egregious. And their daughter who's this little biracial looking. I don't know why the biracials raised by older black people be looking rough, man. They be looking rough. I don't know. I mean, she could have just got off from a trip or something like that, but she just looked like she was a little little rough around edges. I don't know. She ain't getting enough. I don't know. But anyways. But the elder lady, she was like, what's that flag around your neck? I was like, this is the Black American Heritage flag. She was like, oh, really? That's the first time I seen that one. You know, I've been around for a long time. That's not the one I recognize. I said, what? That's not the one. And then her husband was like, yeah, you know, I was looking at it too. Like, wow, that's a nice necklace. But I couldn't think of like a origin it may have been affiliated with. I was like, nah, this is definitely the Black American Heritage flag. I was like, you can Google it. Like, this is the first one that'll pop up. And she's like, that's not the one I was thinking about. So her daughter pulled out her phone. You know, we young. You know what I'm saying? So her daughter pulled out her phone and she just Googled it right quick. The Black American Heritage flag, and it popped up. I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's the same one that's on my necklace. And she was like, what? She's like, no, I don't see the gold. I said, baby, it's made of gold. The necklace is made of gold. It's the whole thing is, yes, that's gold. I don't know if she had bad eyesight or what, but I genuinely asked her. Because I'm like, is there another flag that I don't know about? I'm thinking she may be talking about the RBG flag or something. I'm like, what flag are you talking about? She's like, you know, it has gold and I'm like, yeah, baby, it's gold right there. This is the Black American Heritage flag. We be one. They won. Okay. Since day one. So yeah, but that was just interesting. That was interesting. The interesting little interaction we had though. And the fact that she was married to a white man, I was like, ugh, it was older. I'm like, ugh, like where it is. Lord, I don't like to see it, but yeah, funny. I wonder if they're dating. I mean, if they're no respect, she label. What's the flag wearing? Yeah, okay. Let me get up off here, y'all. Y'all let me know what your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure y'all leave a comment after the stream. I do appreciate it. It helps the algorithm. Y'all some real ones for rocking with realist. Thank you for the super chats, all that. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video. Okay, when you come in, when you come out, whichever. Like the video though. I appreciate you. Share it too. It's appreciated. And follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on X, baby. Okay. Subscribe to the Twitch. I know me and my sister doing Twitch. Don't forget about that. Subscribe to For the Culture. You know, I'm everywhere. I'm over here, I'm over there, I'm over there. Subscribe to For the Culture too. Okay. So yeah, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Other than that, baby, that's all I got. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Michael, Techno, Marcus, Paul, Little Brown Village, FBA Entertainment. Y'all some real ones. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace.
We do not play, but I friend. You fuck with the team, might find your West in the creek. We crossing our T's, we don't never miss a beat.